Hi guys, a very good afternoon. Maswera say. Let us talk about new developments in the nation of Zimbabwe. High Court judges Pisrai Kwenda and Fatima Maxwell uh, managed to actually acquit Transform Zimbabwe leader Jacob Ngarivhume, who was effectively jailed for 3 years for inciting violence on Twitter. The judges said that there was no evidence produced to prove that he owned the account, which uh, allegedly was used to incite violence. So he has been in prison for over 8 months now after the conviction, and these are a wasted 8 months in prison. Let us hear the lawyer speaking. He was represented by Advocate Love Mo Maduku, and I hope that I will be able to bring that video right here onto the screen if my system permits me. I hope that I'll be able to actually do so. Meanwhile, let us talk about what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe within the courts of Zimbabwe. Are our courts trustworthy? Can we actually rely on these courts, or there's something else? Because if you have somebody going behind bars for over around 8 months without any crime, without committing any crime, then one would ask, what is the purpose of justice? What is justice? If you find a definition of justice, uh, we are putting something on a scale and try to balance it as it is. So if somebody is not guilty, he must be acquitted. If somebody is guilty, he must be convicted. But here we have somebody who is not guilty being convicted, and it's against justice itself. So the major question is, why is this happening? If it can happen to prominent people like Jacob Ngarivhume, how many people are being jailed especially in the lower courts by the so-called magistrates? What is the selection criteria used by the Judicial Service Commission to have these magistrates? It's also a very important a question which must be asked by every reasonable Zimbabwean. So that should be the guiding point to say what must be done to make sure that we have magistrates who are straight to the point, who deliver justice without fear or without favor. I believe that we have been affected so much by political interference. When these people wrongly, the chances are so high. So let us hear what Professor Maduku had to say.
So, Prof, if you can just give us an update of what happened inside.
Okay, the High Court has set aside the conviction of Jacob Ngarivhume. So as we speak, he's now a very free man. They will just be going through the normal procedures of releasing him. But they agreed with us in every respect that the magistrates court did not have a basis at all. So he had these 8 months wasted, as you can see. So clearly they will write a full judgment, but they were convinced right from after the submission that he has to be freed. So they've passed the conviction. He's not guilty, and he's walking out a free man, so he will have his Christmas at home. Okay, but he's actually living in prison today.
All right, so what about the concession that was made by the state? What was that about?
The state was, the concessions by the state were accepting that they had no argument. So on every point they had to accept that, and one of the points was that they didn't have any evidence linking our client a Twitter account. Because they had several Twitter accounts. One was J. Ngarivhume, another one was Ngarivhume, and there was another one, Jacob Ngarivhume, or Ngarivhume Jacob. So they didn't even know which Twitter account it was. And then also the court was able to observe that the magistrate convicted in respect of a Twitter account that was different from the Twitter account that the state was parading around. So the state did accept that they didn't have any strong case in the magistrate court.
So I said Team Zimbabwe, this is what Professor Maduku had to say. Regard first place, wrongly convicted and has been with job seeker behind bars without justice being served. Another case where he was convicted by the magistrate was also overturned by the High Court. And that makes us question the competency of the kind of magistrates we have. The question is, do we have competent magistrates presiding over cases? Or we just have people who are being appointed but what causes the judiciary of Zimbabwe, because it proves to be to be incompetent. Let us talk more in the comment section.